All right. Happy Monday. It is December 7th. Can you believe it? Can you believe that we're actually in the first week, almost, the first week's almost over, right? Yeah, 7 days in. Wow. Crazy. So we're heading towards that 2021, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, we still got, the rest of this month, of course. So today, though, what I'm going to be talking about was something that came up, I believe it was last week. And it was really about how to get back on track when you kind of fall off the wagon a little bit or life gets in the way. So how do we get back on track? And how do we get refocused? Because sometimes when you get that momentum, it's really good, right? Everything's just flowing, everything's feeling great. And then all of a sudden you get sidetracked or something comes up and your attention has to go elsewhere. How do you get back in that groove again, right? Because if you're going down the mountain and you've got this nice groove, it's kind of like you've been down that trail so many times and it's easy. The minute you get outside of that, how do you get back into that groove so it's easy again? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about here today. And I've got 3 things that I want you to consider doing if you feel as though you're off the actual trail or you're kind of out of rhythm. Because it is important, because we all go through this. It's totally normal to go through this. I've been through it. I've been through it recently with like health and fitness and, the diet and all of that stuff. And I say diet, like diet to me isn't like a diet, like I'm on an Atkins diet or something like that. It means just what I'm eating, like clean, not clean. Right. So those types of things, whenever I say diet, I don't mean like a diet that I'm on. It's just my nutrition, I guess a better way to say it. But always struggling with that, as far as like, okay, how do I get back into that groove? So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'd love for you guys that are here with me live. Let me know, have you ever fallen out of the groove, and has it been a struggle to get back in the groove? And if so, let's share that today. That's what these coffee talks are supposed to be about. They're supposed to be about us sharing stories, and then for someone else to hear your story and go, oh, wow, it's not just me, because it's not. It's important that we understand that we surround ourselves with people. That's why these coffee talks are for you, really. They're for us to come together, have a cup of coffee in the morning or tea or whatever your beverage of choice is, and to be able to have you get a little bit of, whether it's motivation, whether it's inspiration, whether it's just having someone help you and give you a little nudge to get back on track. Or maybe it sparks an idea, or maybe it says, Scott said something about keeping things basic, like the fundamentals, right? Like dribbling in basketball, right? Or foul shots over and over and over again. I mean, that stuff, it gets boring after a while, but it's important, right? So a lot of times we got to go back to the basics, right? Back to basics. If a pro athlete was out of, the game for a few weeks or a few months, they go into exhibition games before they go into the main game, because they got to go and see, am I back in the groove, right? I've got to see, how I'm reacting. So we got to get ourselves back in that groove. And sometimes we need people to help us with that. And these people are right here today. If you're on here, and if you're watching this on the replay, you're still here. So that's great. Put it in the comments, and I would love to hear your thoughts. All right. So that's what we're going to talk about here today. Today is Monday, December 7th. If you're watching this later, well, you can still benefit from what we're going to talk about here. All right. So again, I just want to give a couple shout outs here. We got Phil on. What's up, Phil? Facing the struggle to get in the groove this morning. Yeah. Well, you know what, Phil? We're going to help you with that. We are going to help you with that. I've got 3 things that I want you to think about doing. All right. And let me ask you, Phil, that you are here live, which makes it great now that we can do this like back and forth stuff. And I think people will get benefit from this. So are you struggling with like what to do next? Is it like, you're like, oh my gosh, I've got this to do, that to do, this, like all of these things kind of tugging at you. And then you're not sure where to go or where to focus your energy or attention right now. Is that the part that you're feeling, or anyone else for that matter? Is that something that is like a struggle for you and you feeling like you're not in the groove. Just curious on that. Let's see here. Let's see. Octavio's in the house. What's up, Octavio? Ruth's in the house. What's up, Ruth? Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Yes, of course. Kay's in the house. What's up, Kay? Salam is in the house. Awesome. Derek's in the house. What's up? Aldo. What's up, Aldo? What's happening? And then this one here, it doesn't say the name just because it's must not be logged into or given StreamYard permission. Yes, what is crazy is that I fall off at a peak. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Like when you feel like everything's just kind of flowing and then all of a sudden you fall off for whatever reason. You know, it could be, you know, for me, a lot of times it's like with fitness, right? If I'm here in my own place, it's easier for me than if I go, like, let's say I visit my daughter in Virginia, where she is right now, and I go there for the weekend, and I have intentions that I'm going to work out while I'm there, or at least put in some time doing some planks and doing some push-ups and just doing some stuff, but then it just happens that I don't do it. And then I go, I'll just do it when I get back. Then I get back and I missed the first day. Oh, man, I'm feeling terrible about that. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll get started tomorrow. And I just keep pushing it off. And then it takes me a few days to get back in that rhythm. It happens. It happens. Let's see here. Ty Linda, what's up, Ty? I get hung up with the daily grind. Well, okay, one thing here, and I think everyone can benefit from this, is this. If you do not prepare your day ahead of time, you are going to be all over the place. And I don't know for sure, Ty Linda, but I would bet, because I know your business, I know what you're doing, you're probably, you have good intentions going into the day, and then all of a sudden, these fires start to appear. And what I mean by that is an email, a text message, a Facebook message, right? Of people that are needing something from you. And now what happens is you get sidetracked or you get taken off of your little, thing that you wanted to get accomplished for the day. And because you are running the company, you have to tend to these things. So is there a way that we can delegate that, get that out of our way so you can focus on yours and your day doesn't get interrupted? Now, I'm not saying you can't get interrupted at 10 a.m., okay, or 11 a.m., but you need to figure that into your schedule that from 7 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock, it's my time. I am not going to get notifications here and here and here. I'm not going to open my email. I'm going to focus on me and whatever I want to get done in those 3 hours, right? That's what I do. So again, for an example, this morning, okay, I got up at my normal time, 6 o'clock. From there, drank my celery juice. From there, went out and walked for about 20 minutes, came back in, went into my garage where my workout equipment is. And I did about 5 minutes of rowing. I do that to warm myself up. I've got a rowing machine. From there, I did 3 circuits of a little routine that I came up with myself. I do these like jump and jack. They're kind of called T-jacks. Then from there, I did some bench press. Then I did some inside presses. Then from there, I got up. I did pull downs. Then from there, what else do I do? Oh, I do planks, but then I do mountain climbers in the plank. Right? So this is all done beforehand. I've already got this planned. I did 3 circuits of that. When I get done with that, I came inside. What did I do next? Oh, I did a little bit of stretching on the floor, a little bit like Pilates type of stuff for like 5 minutes. Then I meditated for 10 minutes, then went in, had my shower. Then from there, came out and brewed my first cup of coffee by 7:30. Okay. So that's all done. Done, right? Nothing to do with work, nothing to do with anything else, but I worked on me. Okay. Because then if I'm good and set up for the day, I can come here and be great for you. I can be great for my family, right? And I can get stuff done. We need to set boundaries. All right. We need to set boundaries. All right. Let's get to it. I just went off on a little bit of a tangent there. Tiny habits to restart. Yes. I love tiny habits. I've got my little tiny habits book. And it's right here. And I'm going to probably go back and just touch on this. I've got the audio book too, but I'm going to probably touch on this one probably every quarter, because I think it's important. And I've bolted on some habits from this, the tiny habits, just like I just went through. All of those things are kind of like tiny habits. Oh, the other thing I do too is after I get done with my shower and I'm really warmed up, then I'll do 50 push-ups, and then I do another 20 push-ups. So that's bolted in there. All right, so let's get on with it. What do you say? Oh, wait a minute. Derek says here, what time in the morning and or evening do you start workout, jog, run? I just went through it, Derek. 6 o'clock in the morning. Celery juice, bang, done. And then from there, I walk. Then from there, I come in the home gym. I do about 20 minutes there. I come in, I do a little bit of stretching, Pilates type stuff for like 5 minutes, and then I meditate for 10 minutes, and then I'm done. It's about an hour. All right. So let's go ahead. Oh, where can I get that? I think you meant the book. You can get it right on Amazon. You don't need the hardcover. I like hardcovers. I got the hardcover. It's really cool too. Look at the bookmark. This book will change your life. Love it. It's true too. It totally will. Love it. It's a great book. I want to try to get him on the podcast, dude. BJ Fogg, PhD. All right, let's do this, guys. All right. I just rambled there for like 12 minutes, but hopefully that was beneficial. All right, let's go ahead and dig in. I'm going to give you guys 3 things. I always like to try to give you guys actionable stuff, right? Well, I'm going to give you 3 right now. If you are feeling that you are scattered, you are off track, you were maybe once in rhythm, right? You were once had some momentum, and then you've fallen off. And this, I mean, this goes with anything. This goes with like eating right. This goes with working out. This goes with relationships. Doesn't matter. I'm going to obviously bring it into business. All right. Because moving into 2021, guys, we need to start off the year with a bang, right? I just wrote an email about accountability too, which is huge. Like you guys being here, I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, guys. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday for you, for free, by the way. All right. And I'm going to be here to basically hold myself accountable to being here, because see what I've done here? I've created this that forces me to show up and deliver value to you, to my audience. All right. Now I've done that because I'm not going to not show up. Okay. I committed to you. I'm going to be here. You need to commit to someone. You need to have accountability. Well, you can have it right here. Show up here at least once per week. Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. You should put it in your calendar. You should put it on your little notification that is an appointment that is going to help you. Number one, check in, get a little bit of mindset stuff, right? Just because you're checking in here. And then from there, maybe write something down in the comments that you're going to accomplish for the week. There's your accountability piece. Okay. Now, the second way that you can get accountability and kind of take 2021 to the next level is you can check out Brand Creators Academy. If you go to brandcreatorsacademy.com, you'll go over there and you can submit a short little application, and we will be letting people in small groups up until 2021 here. So if you are interested, definitely go fill out one of those applications, and we'll let you know if you're a good fit right now for the Academy. But that's where we do exactly this, but we even go deeper, and we have a community that helps people stay accountable. So let's get into it. So 3 steps to getting back on track and focused. Let's dig in. So number 1, the number 1 thing that you can do is you can sit down, okay? Spend an hour and do a brain dump, okay? Just sit down, get yourself a nice warm beverage maybe, or maybe get, I don't know what you like. Maybe you like a soda. I don't like soda, but if that's what makes you feel good in that moment, then have a soda. I would say have a tea, have some coffee, or some maybe bulletproof, or something that is going to kind of give you a good feeling. Okay, probably not the soda. I'd stay away from the soda. Maybe a glass of wine at night if that's what you want to do. All right. So number 1 is you want to do a brain dump. And the reason why I'm saying this, guys, the reason why I'm saying that you should do a brain dump is, and what is a brain dump? You might be asking. It's where you sit down and just everything that comes to mind, like everything that comes to mind, just start writing it down. Just start writing it down. There's no right or wrong. Just write it down, right? I want to eat healthier. Man, I wish I could get up earlier. I want to get those 3 blog posts done that I've been wanting to get done. I got to get more inventory sent in. I got to update my listings. Let's see. I want to email my list at least once a week. I got to write that. Everything that's swirling around up in this head of yours, write it down. Everything. That's like step number 1 is we got to get up here, down here. We got to get it on paper. And I would say don't do it on a computer. Do it with a pad of paper, with a pen. Ink it. All right? And sit down and have fun with it. And the thing is once you start dumping it down, it's going to be more visual. You're going to see all the things that are swirling around. And a lot of times it's probably not as much as you think. Because what's happening is your brain is calling back something so you don't forget it. And then it just keeps bringing it back. So all of a sudden it starts to go away. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I don't want to forget about that. And then it comes back. And then you keep kind of recycling or kind of bringing it around again. And that hurts because then your brain is feeling like either busy or stressed, anxious, any of those words, right? And it's so true. So what we need to do is we need to do a brain dump. Okay. And you might even want to in there, have a couple columns, and one of them can be like personal and then business, right? And you can kind of categorize them, but at the very least, just sit down and brain dump. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be one of the best exercises that you do leading up to the new year. Okay. Why not do it now? So the first step is you need to commit to yourself. Okay. You need to commit to yourself to sit down for 1 hour. Okay. That would be your homework assignment. 1 hour, sit down, undistracted. Okay. Do not have any notifications. Don't have your computer open. Don't have your phone nearby where you can get interrupted. Sit down, give yourself 1 hour, 60 minutes. Okay. You deserve it. Why not? This is to help you feel better, to feel like you can get more done. So this way here, we can identify what you should be working on and what you shouldn't be working on. And there could be things there that you could check off real quick if you just knew what they were. And you knew that, oh, you know what? I could spend a half hour and get that done. And it's off my to-do list and it's out of my brain. I'm not going back to that because it's done and it feels good. Okay. So step number 1 is we need to take more time to actually identify what it is we're supposed to be working on. Okay. Now, again, you might have been in the groove over here at one point. We're trying to get you back in the groove. The way to get in the groove is to identify first off what we're supposed to be doing to get ourselves back in the groove. Okay. And the other cool thing is you can do another little exercise here. If you wanted to, a little bonus one, write down everything that you've done in the past that worked or felt good. Right? So you might have been like, man, I was doing like 2 blog posts a week. It was feeling really good. And now I look back and I'm starting to get traffic from those. That's really cool. Man, if I would have just kept publishing, imagine what I would have accomplished. Now, don't feel bad about that. Feel positive about that. Like, wow, I proved to myself that I could do it. And then I also proved that I'm getting results. So I should probably do it again. Right? So you might want to do that too. Okay. Look at things that you've done that worked or that felt good, and then bring them back and do them again. All right. So the first part is identifying. So number 1, brain dump. First assignment is to sit down for 1 hour. Who does not have an hour that you could get up early or go to bed 1 hour later? Doesn't matter. Or on your lunch break, or maybe it's during the afternoon when you have a break in the car waiting for the kids. Doesn't matter. Find that time, that block. You're going to feel good when you get done too. You're going to have it all on paper now. You might need 2 or 3 pages. It's okay. All right. And also date it. I want you to date it because I want you to look back at this next year. I want you to look back at this next year. So keep this. If you almost keep it like a little journal. I just use notebooks, but just keep that thing. And then you're going to see where you were and where where you've come, from in the past. So number 1, brain dump. What projects or tasks or things are on your mind? Okay, let's get that head clear right now. Let's dump it on paper. All right, number one. Number two, start small. A lot of people, they think, oh, okay, I'm going to get it all done. I'm going to put it all down. I'm going to look at it all. I'm going to get it all done. Then all of a sudden it seems massive. So in order to start it, it seems like a huge task to get started. So then you put it off and you put it off and you put it off. Right? So what you want to do is you want to start small with what we call micro commitments or tiny habits. All right? It's the same idea. How can we do one thing today, one small thing, and how can we commit to doing that every single day? Every single day. Okay? So that's what you need to do, though. You need to commit to yourself that you're going to do it. So step number one, brain dump. Commit to do that 1 hour. And that brain dump exercise, you might need to do that once a month. You might even want to put that on your calendar. Sunday, January, whatever, 26th or whatever the Sunday would be. And then you put a little notification there that reminds you a few days before that date that you're supposed to sit down with yourself and do another brain dump. Okay? And then we can do this again. We can create these little micro commitments. Now, these micro commitments could be as simple as email my list once per week. That's one commitment. Okay. Now you got to get more specific. When are you going to email your list once per week? I'm going to email them on Monday. Okay. Monday when? Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, good. Now you're done, right? Now you just got to write the email. But you know that you have to get that thing done Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, right? So that's what I mean by a micro commitment. That's something that you could do. It's not huge, but it's something you're going to do over and over and over again. Okay. It could also be, I'm going to check my emails. I'm going to be very, diligent about only checking my emails 2 times per day. And the 2 times a day are this time and this time, right? 10 a.m., 3 p.m., right? That's it. Those are the 2 times. And I'm going to give myself 15 minutes, 20 minutes. That's a micro commitment because now you're committing to just those 2 times. And you're also not going to be looking at stuff throughout the entire day. So these little commitments, and even though that's a task, it's a commitment. You're committing to that task at that time. Okay. So number one, brain dump all of your projects, your tasks, the things that are swirling around in your brain that you want to get done. Number two, create a small commitment, a really small commitment, and then we can build on those. Okay. Once we add 1 in, then we can add 2. Then once we add 2, we can add 3. They do not have to get done all at once, and I would not recommend that. Okay. Number 3, and I already kind of said this, but I'm going to kind of go a little bit deeper here. Set a time. Okay. A time either every day or every day during the week that this is going to happen. So I'm talking about email. Email could be, I'm going to commit to only checking my email twice a day, Monday through Friday. On the weekends, I'm not going to check it at all. And if that's a little too scary, then maybe only once per day on the weekend, maybe Saturday maybe you want to get it over with in the morning, 9 a.m., right? But you need to set these boundaries and you need to set these commitments and really create these commitments. It becomes so much easier to get back in the groove. Okay. Because now, number one, we know everything. We see everything now because we've brain dumped, right? We've got everything that we know that we need to get done, that we want to get done. Now what we've done is we've created these little small commitments in order to get them done. So we've identified the thing. We're creating these little micro commitments that will allow us to get the stuff done on a regular basis. And then from there, we're going to set the time to make sure that we get those done consistently, right? Same every single day we commit, right? So you hear me talk about commitment a lot. We have a tough time committing to ourselves. We just do, right? Why? Because I could sit here and go, you know what? I know today I probably should do something on X, right? I really should, but you know what? I'm going to do it tomorrow. There's no one going to come here and say, Scott, you were supposed to get that done, right? That's why being an entrepreneur isn't always easy because there's no one there to say, hey, I need to keep an eye on you to make sure you get your stuff done and you're not over there looking at, Facebook too much, or you're over here, killing time on checking email because you don't want to actually do the project that's coming up, right? So if you commit, and another piece to this would be the accountability piece. If you have that, if you commit and then you also make it public that, and I say public to whoever you're committing to, right? That accountability partner or group, now it's up to you to get it done, right? And then you're more likely to get it done if you publicly say that you're going to get it done, right? Because if not, you're like, oh, I don't want to let them down, or I don't want them thinking that I don't do what I say I'm going to do, right? I'll give you a perfect example. Here's a micro commitment that I've created for myself. Drinking celery juice in the morning was a micro commitment that I said I am not going to miss. All right. Now, part of the reason why I'm not missing is because I told my buddy, John, who you guys have probably heard me talk about. He was recently diagnosed with ALS, which is terrible. But let me just tell you something. He's got his nutrition dialed in. Part of it is the morning celery juice. He's doing a lot of research on that. He's doing a lot of research on just your biochemistry and everything. And I'm like, I told him that when I have my celery juice in the morning, I'm going to think of him as if him and I are having a glass of celery juice together, right? So I, in my head, said, I don't care if I ate pizza the night before, which I only eat pizza, by the way, maybe once every couple of weeks, maybe once. I love pizza, by the way. I love Italian food. I love lasagna. I love chicken parm. I don't eat it all that much, but I love it, okay? Speaking of pizza, we're probably going to have some pizza at the lake house here coming up with my daughter because it's her birthday. It was yesterday, but we're going to celebrate it up at the lake house. So I am going to have a piece of pizza, but I haven't had one in a couple of weeks now, right? But my point is this. I committed to drinking that celery juice, even if I ate like crap that day or the day before or the day after, because I know that I could at least do that, right? But a lot of people say, I screwed up. I might as well just not even do it, right? I made the commitment to do it every day. And by the way, I'm over day 50 right now that I have not missed. Right, every single day. And there's been nights too, because I always prep my celery the night before. There's been nights it's like 8:30. I'm all nestled in on the couch. The fire's going. We're watching a Christmas movie. And I'm like, I gotta go chop up my celery and get it prepped for the morning. So I don't have to prep it in the morning so I can just go. I drag myself off the couch. I go up there and I, get it all ready. And then the next morning it's ready for me. Right. But if I didn't do that, I might miss the next morning because then I don't want to make a lot of noise. I'm up early. I don't want to be cleaning, all that. So I prep. So I'm done. Right. But I know I got to get that done. So micro commitments, guys, lead to momentum. Now, if I did miss a day, would I be upset with myself? Yes, because I committed to myself. No one else really. My buddy John's not going to be like, hey, Scott, you said you were going to drink that. You should have drank. He's not. But in my head, I'm pretty disciplined with that. And I made a commitment to him that I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do it. Okay. So micro commitments. Here's a commitment that I've made. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm showing up here. I don't care if there's one person, 100 people. I don't care. I am coming here to serve whoever is going to be showing up. You right now that are watching this or listening to this, I'm serving you. I'm helping you or trying to bring light to something that could help you today, tomorrow, and next month, and whenever else you're listening to this, right? But I committed to this. It's very important that you understand we have a tough time committing to ourselves, but I committed to you. So in my head, I could have sat here today and said, you know what? I'm not going to do a coffee talk today. It's not going to do it. So what? There's going to be some people that are going to be like, oh, I wonder why he didn't do it. But then to me, I lose what I just did, right? I just lost all 170 of these in a row. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And actually the first 100 were every single day for 100 days. Commitment, guys. Right? So I just want to leave you with that for today is if you are struggling to get back in the groove, just understand today's a new day. Tomorrow's a new day. Do not wait till the first of the year, unless you're listening to this on the first of the year, because this will be something you could listen to later, right? But if you're listening to this and it's not the first of the year, why wait to the first of the year to start getting your health and fitness in shape? Why wait until the gyms are crowded? Why wait? Because then I'm like 3 weeks ahead, right? If I start now. It's the same thing in your business. Why wait to start writing your blog content until you have your email list a certain size? Or why wait until your blog has 10 blog posts before you start building an email list? To me, it's a lot of times excuses for people to just go, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to push it off, right? Sure, if you're not creating consistent content on a regular basis and you don't want to start doing your list yet, that's fine. Do one and then commit to doing it over and over and over again. Then once you get that momentum, we add something else in, and we add something else in. And then all of a sudden, it's just a muscle now. It's muscle memory, right? So I want you guys to walk away feeling good about the opportunity that you guys have because you are in control. You are, okay? I can't do it for you, okay? If I could, everyone would be taking action. Everyone would be showing up, right? But I get it. Life gets in the way. Right? There's things that happen in life that are going to take you off course. It's going to happen to me. I know it is. But how do you get back? How do you get back? A lot of times I'll go back to what I was doing because I'm pretty good at coming up with those routines. But if I was struggling with feeling scattered, which I have been. And the way that I fix that is I do exactly this. One, I sit down and I brain dump everything that's going on in my head. Everything, business-wise, family-wise, just life in general. And then from there, I figure out what are my micro steps? What are the things that I need to do in order to show up and get this stuff done? I'll share one other little thing with you guys, just randomly. I said this to my wife the other day. Okay, in my former life or previous life, I was a contractor, right? So I used to do people's, work for them. I used to do construction, whether it was kitchens or roofs or siding or windows, didn't matter. Floor, it didn't matter. I did it all. Okay. And now when you have your own house, it's like, okay, I can hire someone to do it or I can do it. And, you just don't get around to it. And a lot of times it's the small stuff. It's little things. It's like I just put a new floor down here in our downstairs. Well, the baseboards, I had to pull them off and I had to clean them up. And then I had to, recaulk them and stuff. Already did all that stuff. But then I wanted to go back and I wanted to touch up some of the baseboards. And I'm like, it would literally take me an hour, but I just kept putting it off. I kept putting it off. And then I would say to myself, okay, this afternoon, I'm going to do it. So I said to my wife the other day, I go, you know what I got to do with these little projects, you got to get the lawn furniture out by the pool and you got to kind of winterize that, right? You got to go out there, take the cushions off, put the cushions away. I put it off. I go, you know what I need to do? I need to have my list of things, brain dump my things that I want to get done. And then one thing per day gets done. It would take me like 15 minutes on some of these. It's like, go get the umbrellas put away out by the pool. What's that going to take me? 15 minutes? So just instead of thinking I got to go out and do them all, I just have to figure out what's one thing I can do today that I could check off my list. First step is brain dump. What are all those little things, right? And then we can check them off. One per day. And man, in 7 days, I could get 7 of those items done. By the way, I've been doing it too for the past three days. So every single day now I got one to-do thing off my list or a little task around the house done. Okay. Because I came up with that little thing to kind of force myself to get one thing done. And at the end of the week, I'm going to look back and go, look at that. I got 7 things off my list. Okay. And you can do it too. All right. So guys, you guys got any questions on this or any thoughts? And we can go ahead and wrap this up. Let's see here. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on here. Oh, Gio. What's up, Gio? Yep, scattered right now and fell off. Need to get back on track. On the bright side, I recorded a few videos for my new channel. Well, that's awesome. Congratulations. And Gio, I think you need to take exactly what I just went through here, those 3 steps, and do that. Take time to do that. All right. Salma, do you do related tasks on one day and every day looks the same. No, not every day. I'll give you an example. Today, it is Monday, December 7th, but regardless of the date, it's Monday. What happens Monday for me is I go into my spreadsheet where my podcast episodes are there with all the titles, all of the planning that I've done and kind of ideas that I want to do or interviews that are coming up. And there's 3 episodes in there that I need to record intro and outros. There's interviews that we do. And when I do the interview, I have to have an intro and I have to have an outro. So I'm going to sit down right here. As soon as we get done with this, I'll probably top off my coffee because this was only half a cup. And I'm going to sit down here and I'm going to knock them out. That happens every Monday. Okay. Right after the coffee talk, it's like, okay, what's next? Oh yeah. My next step after coffee talk is record those intro outros. By noon, I'm done. And that task is done every single week. That's how I can stay consistent and publish 3 podcast episodes a week, right? 3 coffee talks a week. Okay. Because I schedule it. So yes, I do have somewhat themed days, if you will. Okay. Pretty much, themes. Derek, yes, no sodas. Yeah, I probably shouldn't even have said that, Derek, because I don't drink soda. I take that back. Occasionally, I'm talking like occasionally. When I was flying, which I'm not flying now, the one thing I would treat myself to is a ginger ale. I like ginger ale. I don't drink it often, but I will have a ginger ale every now and then. What's up, Troy? Okay. Do you keep a daily journal on a calendar and write down your daily goal and or tasks? No. But what I do is I will do it that week. So again, looking at the notebook idea, take your notebook, sit down, and then you can do this on Sunday night or even Monday morning. Make that one of your tasks. Sit down, write down 5 things you want to get done that week or 3. And then from there, map out when you're going to get them done. That is your schedule for the week. I would rather do that than kind of project out my next 30 days. I would do it week by week because things are going to change. Okay. That's what I would do. But there's some daily things that are going to happen no matter what. And if it's for your health and fitness, that to me, like that doesn't change. Like I'm doing exactly what I just went through here earlier. Should this be 1 hour a day or weekly? I think what you mean on that is, should you plan for 1 hour a day or weekly? I would say 1 hour per week to plan, and then you execute. So we're going to sit down, we're going to plan, and then we're going to map out Monday looks like this, Tuesday looks like this, Wednesday looks like this. And then from there, you just boom. You know, and you're sitting it down on Tuesday, I need to do keyword research because once I can do my keyword research, I know that Wednesday is going to be writing the articles or having the articles written and reaching out to my writers. You see what I'm saying? So you want to have that stuff so you can actually execute. Kate, what's up, Kate? Good morning. If you are struggling with writing your first blog post, what would you do to break that down to make it more simple? Okay, so Kate, I know that you're in BCA and I need you to post something in BCA about this. Number one, the best thing to do, Kate, is post that in, I mean, post it live. I'd love you to post it, but post in BCA in our group. And then we can look at it and go, listen, it's good. Or, hey, you might need to, add something here. But the best thing to do for you right now is you need to validate yourself that that's good enough to publish, and then you can publish and then we can tweak it. Right. But I would say, again, just to kind of break this down, whenever you're struggling with publishing something, it's a lot of times it's because you're fighting with perfectionism. And the truth is you just need to get something published. You just need to finish something and get it live. So I wouldn't struggle as much as getting it out there. And again, we can always click edit and then edit that post. If your site is fairly new, guess what? No one's going to see it anyway for a while, not until it starts getting ranked. But if we keep getting those reps, right? We keep doing the basics, we're going to eventually get some traffic. Okay. So Kate, I would encourage you to let us help you with that, but also just, you got to get something posted. And there's a lot of examples in BCA of other members that are publishing on a regular basis that you can look through. And I've seen some just this past week, which are great. So, you got to get it out there. You got to get it out there. Let's see here. Aldo, exactly. Every hour, every minute, every second is a new chance. Absolutely. Alejandro, brain dump. Excellent for overwhelm. Great tip. Awesome. Automatic Habits is, yes, or Atomic. I'm sorry, Atomic, not Automatic. Atomic Habits. Yes, a great book. I've got the book on my shelf here somewhere. Great book. A little more dense. Tiny Habits. It's quicker. Yeah, Gio, you generally are your own worst enemy. Got to be able to conquer yourself first. Change starts with yourself, which is easier said than done. It is. Let's see. Okay, how many hours do you work every day? Typically, I would say 4 to 5 of like head down, like focused. I'd say 4 for the most part. So again, I'd say about 8:30, 9 o'clock is when I officially start. And then from there, just like a coffee talk, I'm going to be here for 45 minutes to an hour. And then from there, we, have another hour block. So I try to work in hour blocks. I think that if you work past the hour block and you don't get up, stretch, take a break, take a walk, whatever, you don't get as much done as productive. So make sure that you take those breaks. Do you work on weekends? I'd be lying if I said I don't get into some things. But I do try to keep it very, very small. So it might be an hour. I might do an hour in the morning before, the day really officially starts. But yeah, generally I will do an hour. I don't know if I classify that as work. It might be like going into my Brand Creators Academy group, seeing if anybody has any questions, any problems, anything that I gotta help with there. That type of stuff. It's more of at a level of serving my community. Octavio, love the advice, man. Kate, just hit publish. Feels so good. Done is better than perfect. You got this. I love it. And then Gio, we got another question here. How long did it take you to build your retirement nest egg from all your businesses? Still doing that, by the way. And I'm always learning, always playing. And again, the word retirement, I don't really think of myself as retiring at any time. I'll be doing this or other things that will probably keep me busy of things that I enjoy. Right now, it's business and marketing and building things. So I'm not sure that I'll ever stop, but I get what you're saying. Like, how do you create a passive income stream that has nothing to do with you? That I think you're always going to be working on. So part of what I am doing is obviously I have my lake house Airbnb. So that's part of it. I do have some, retirement funds that I've done for years that are just kind of slow and grow kind of thing. And now I'm actually looking into possibly like some dividend stocks or, something I can put money in and just kind of let it ride and just, I don't have anything to do with it. But I don't think there's a time frame on that. And I'm actively always doing that, Gio. But right now it's about just what can I do to continually grow my businesses and by helping more people, that tends to help me too. So it works. Karen, hey, Scott and Rockers, restarted with blogs, booklets, worksheets, etc. I feel so much better. Traffic picking up again feels good. Yeah. And let me just say, Karen, I read your email this morning that you sent out to your list. It was awesome. Great job on that. All right. Last question here, or last remark. Would you recommend a beginner to do blogs or Facebook Lives to get traction? Well, again, blog content is going to be long-term. Plant a seed. It will grow over time. Facebook Live could do good for today and maybe next week, but then it's going to kind of disappear in a sense. So I would say create the blog content, then do a Facebook Live about the blog content. Right. So I could come on. I've thought about this too. Every episode that airs on the podcast, I could just come on and do a Facebook Live about that topic to bring awareness to the podcast that just aired. Right. I could do that too. So you could I would say the Facebook Live is there to help you create the content or take that content from the blog and then do a Facebook Live about it. So that's what I would say there, Salama. All right, guys, let's recap real quick. All right. I want you guys to really think about this and really just think about doing it. All right. So if you're stuck or if you're struggling to get back on track, follow these 3 steps. All right. Number 1, do a brain dump. Give yourself that hour and brain dump everything that's swirling around in your head. Get it down on paper. And you might even want to categorize that, even like personal, family maybe, and then business. All right. Number 2, start small. Make micro commitments, not a big commitment, micro commitments, and do that on a regular basis. 3, set a time that you're going to commit, but also that you're going to show up and do it every single day as far as those micro commitments. So start small, figure out what's that one little piece, that one thing that you can do that you know that you can commit to, and then set a time and do it every single day. But the big word here, big word of the day, is commitment. And the commitment is to you, yourself. All right. And if you're having a tough time with committing to yourself and you need help, either show up here, or if you're interested and you're not inside Brand Creators Academy, then I would recommend that you apply to join us inside of the Academy. All right. And you can do that by heading over to brandcreatorsacademy.com. I don't know if I have a banner for that. I don't know if I do yet. I don't. I'll have to create one. Yeah, just brandcreatorsacademy.com will take you there. And you can listen to some of our other members. You can see what we do there. You can see about the 30-day roadmap that we have created. We also have the 5 stages that we take you through. But seriously, if you want help building your brand in 2021 and into the future, and you need accountability, support, I'd consider joining BCA. Now, again, it's by application only, but all you need to do is just head on over to brandcreatorsacademy.com, fill out that short little application, and then from there, we'll be in touch. All right. So guys, that is it. That is going to wrap it up. Have an awesome, amazing day. And guess what? I will be back here Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And we'll get you going a little bit further. I'm not sure where we're going to take this. Stay tuned. All right, guys, have an awesome, amazing day. And until then, take care, take action, commit to yourself. All right, stay committed to yourself, get accountability, and you'll do great. All right, guys, take care.